Hey everyone, John at Big Dreams Travel here. This episode is part 2 of a cruise where my family went on Royal Caribbean's Liberty of the Seas. We talked in the first video about our stateroom, the Royal Promenade, dining on board, and the ports that we visited. In this episode, I'm going to show some video of some of the different onboard areas, as well as talk about the entertainment that we experienced. Stay tuned and enjoy hearing about cruising with Royal Caribbean. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Make sure you like the video and hit the subscribe button down below if you like all of our travel-related content. Also visit us at www.bigdreamstravelusa.com for more information and to use our excellent agents. Our services as a travel agency cost you nothing, and you get a travel professional to help you in booking and dealing with every aspect of your next vacation. Well, let's get back to my family's cruise on Royal Caribbean's Liberty of the Seas. We've discussed many of the great features of this ship on the first part of my cruise review, but we have a couple of important areas left. First, we all know how important entertainment is on board a cruise ship. There are several areas involved in the entertainment on board, including the activities available, the live music and production shows, and areas such as the Kids Club. The main production show on this ship is called Saturday Night Fever, based on the Broadway musical, of course, and it was a great show, and we would certainly encourage everyone on board this ship to make sure you go and see it. Now, we've been on Disney ships as a family, and so we would say the quality of this show maybe wasn't quite on the level that Disney sets. Of course, we all know Disney sets a very high bar in the entertainment industry, especially onboard cruise ship type entertainment. But this Saturday Night Fever show was great. We felt the entertainment staff, the actors and actresses and vocalists in the show were fantastic. Nothing bad about this show at all. I think if you've seen the show on Broadway or if you've seen any Broadway musical, they're typically in that 2 to 2.5 hour time range. This one's pared down to about an hour and 15 minutes. It's not a long show where you would see an intermission or anything like that. And I think for us, that maybe is what affected us not enjoying it quite as much as Disney, is because there were parts of the show that you kind of felt like they just rushed through and missed. That would really be the only thing we would say about it, but the quality of their performance was excellent. And the other music type shows that the cruise staff did that week were excellent as well. A couple of the other entertainment things that we took in, my wife and I and some friends we were cruising with sat down in the Schooner Bar one night, which is a bar on Liberty that has the piano in it and is a nautical themed bar. And we listened to the live piano player, and he was a great entertainer, was so much fun to sit there and listen to. He took requests from people on songs they would like him to do. And so that was a great experience. We also, a couple different times, took in just some times when the house band was set up around the ship playing music, and they were excellent. And they were very good at, a variety of styles of music. We would hear them out on the Royal Promenade, and then they were also in some of the smaller theaters on the ship from time to time. And they were excellent every time we heard them. Kind of something else that falls under the entertainment that is done on board deals with the activities that there are to do. We had young kids, and so the Kids Club were obviously an important area for us, and so our kids certainly spent some time in the Kids Clubs. Again, one of our sons has been with us on a Disney cruise, and so I think his thought was that the Kids Clubs were not quite on the level of what a Disney cruise would be, but I think that is to be expected. That is not to say he didn't have a good time in the Kids Clubs and enjoy the activities that he got to participate in. I think the one thing that our kids didn't love about the Kids Club is that our kids are separated by about 3 years. And so they were in 2 separate areas of that Kids Club, and they really wanted to hang out and play together. And so that was certainly something that our kids mentioned that they didn't love. about the kids club. Our younger one wanted to hang out and play with our older one, and I think our older one really wanted that as well. And so that was maybe the one negative to the kids clubs, but the staff was fantastic. I will say the kids club is located up on an upper deck of the Liberty of the Seas. It's located right next to the arcade, and so you check them. You have to walk them through the arcade to check them in. Well, so you might have your answer ready if they want to play the arcade right then. Or what we did in terms of the arcade time is we had purchased both of our kids a preset amount of money on the cruise planner on Royal Caribbean's website. You can do that, and I think you save about 20%. I think we purchased $100 worth of arcade credits, and I think we paid $80 for it. And so I think that's a pretty general standing offer by Royal Caribbean. And so we would recommend doing that if you have kids and they want to spend time in the arcade. That way you've got that paid for and out of the way before the cruise starts. Another part of the activities that we did was we took in some of the different things going on around the ship. We went and took part in trivia a couple times, which on this ship was happening in the schooner bar. And it was typical trivia on board a ship, and we enjoyed being a part of that. I think one of the shows that our kids particularly loved, certainly our older kid, was the hypnotist show that happened on board one of the evenings when a music show, a big theater show was not going on, was a hypnotist, and that was something that we was very entertaining, obviously, and I think our oldest son thought that was entertaining. The other thing that we took in a lot or several times throughout the cruise were the movies that they showed on the big screen out on the pool deck, and so we certainly went out. A couple of the ones we saw were Marvel movies, and so we enjoyed that. You could take a dip in the pool while you were while the movie was playing, and so that was very enjoyable to us while we were hanging out on the ship. So again, all of the entertainment for us was very good. I think, there were some things on the ship that we had to kind of figure out the times schedule for. They ended early or they closed early and things like that. But once we figured that out, we had a great time. There was plenty to do for our kids, which at the time we cruised, they were 3 and 7. And so there was plenty for them to do even when they weren't in the kids clubs. And so overall, the entertainment part of things was excellent for us. Royal Caribbean did a great job. The cruise director and his staff, we really, really enjoyed. I know there are some cruise lines where the cruise director is much more in your face and a pump up person and leading parties and dancing and those types of things. Royal Caribbean cruise directors are not quite like that. They're kind of more of the classic style of cruising, what you would expect. Very professional, fun, and engaging, and does a great job of providing just quality entertainment and activities at all times. Now, the other part that I wanted to talk about in this video and why we had part 2 is I want to show some of the video that we shot from areas around the ship. And so I'm going to start inserting some of those videos here, and we will let you all see what we thought of those different areas around the ship. So here we are walking down the Royal Promenade. You can see the next cruise desk, the store, there's a logo shop selling all your Royal Caribbean merchandise. Vintages is the wine bar on board. The Hoof and Claw Pub, and then Sorrento's Pizza are just a few of the things there on the promenade. And then here you see the Schooner Bar. So here we are on a really neat feature of the Royal Caribbean Liberty of the Seas and other ships in this class where you can walk right out onto the helipad, which puts you right on the front of the ship, which is not something you get to do on every cruise ship out there. Some great views up here. And now we're walking through the adults only solarium. And so the solarium located on the pool deck. And you can see here, we're going to walk up and look right next to the solarium pool. We shot this very early in the morning, and so it wasn't open just yet. But this is the solarium pool. And then as you walk by and down the stairs, you see the solarium bar. And then here on the left is a little area where they will serve some light food throughout the day. And then as we go a little farther here to the solarium, they've got one of these on each side of the ship, and it's those neat little hot tubs that kind of hang out over the edge and provide some great views. Now we're here at the main pool area. You can see the hot tubs and the two main pools with the movie screen above it. And then if you go up a deck to deck 13 is where you can find a lot of these chairs. And then at the very back of the ship is the mini golf area. So again, that's up on deck 13. We also see the walking track as you head towards the front of the ship on deck 13 and look down into the solarium pool. As you keep going on deck 13, you find the kids' pool. That's a little shallow pool there, and the splash pad area. Now we've come to the games area where you've got ping pong and checkers and tic-tac-toe. This is located right outside the kids club area and the arcade. As we keep heading to the back of the ship, we find the water slides.
All right, so I'm going to walk you guys up to the flow rider area. It's not running right now, but walk you up there to that and the sports court and some of the water slides. And I'm going to have to turn the volume off because they've got some music playing pretty loud.
As we come up the stairs, we come to the flow rider area. There's plenty of seats here for people to sit and watch as people try out the flow rider. As you now walk back towards the front of the ship, you pass the area where the water slide entrances and exits are located. You enter up those stairs there. And there's the double water slide, the green and the orange one on one side of the ship, and then on the other side is a raft ride. As you leave the water slide area and keep walking to the front of the ship, you come to the sports court, play basketball and other things, and then the rock climbing wall.
So I'm up here on deck 13. Just want to give you guys a quick look at one little tip we found on Liberty, and other Royal ships maybe like this as well, but certainly Liberty of the Seas is. One of the cool tips to help you find your way around is, right now I am in an elevator lobby here on deck 13, and we are on the port side of the ship. On the port side, and you can see the blue carpet. And so no matter what elevator lobby you're in or what stairwell you're in, the port side always has this blue carpet. Then you come to the tan carpet here that looks down to the Centrum, and then red carpet on the starboard side stairwell. So if you're wondering what side of the ship you're on looking for your room, check the color of the carpet. My 7-year-old actually figured that out before I did, so great job for him.
So that will conclude our review of Royal Caribbean's Liberty of the Seas. We absolutely loved our sailing on this ship that sails out of Galveston, Texas, and for the time being is still sailing out of Galveston, Texas. Have a great day, everyone. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to our channel, and keep dreaming of all those great future travels.